We're not coming to grips with the fact that difference can be a good thing if understood. I'll give you an example of a cultural difference that will bear some light on this subject. One of the most popular television shows on right now is Dancing with the Stars, an entertaining show for many people. People have become habitually hooked on the show. It has its appeal. But when you really look at Dancing with the Stars, it's a white culture type show. Because if you really want to look at this thing, there would be a show that would be Stepping with the Stars, or Stepping in the Community. Stepping is a form of couples dancing, once known as the bop in places like Chicago, Philadelphia, Gary. The bop. It's a very rhythmic, romantic dance that you can see, especially in Chicagoland today. There's even stepper sets contests, stepper sets they call them, contests where people compete against one another on who can be the smoothest, most graceful, most rhythmic dance couple. But do we see anything like that on network television? No, because the greater culture doesn't feel that that is an important enough artistic form. They don't feel it's an important enough dance form to put in the national media. Yet so many of us know that it's one of the most beautiful dances you can see. I'm not a stepper myself, and I don't really go to that many stepper sets, but the ones I have been to, it's an exercise in beauty and grace and ego and swag, all of that included. But it's a beauty about steppers dancing that the larger population has not seen and maybe not even know exists. Now, if things were equitable in society, there would be shows like the Stepper Set show that would be tantamount to a Dancing with the Stars, because it's an equal amount of dancing ability that is utilized in Steppers Set dancing. To give you another example of the difference in cultures and how the dominant society dominates, all of these ancillary sports that I'm starting to see, these off-road sports, these daring sports, these off-the-beaten-path sports like dirt bike riding and skateboarding, and I saw a new sport yesterday called sky running, right, where you're running through the mountains. If you look at these sports, they're populated by white males. Now, you might not think that's something that's important, but it's very important and noteworthy because it gives the white male who might have been an antisocial individual, who might have been a beach bum, who might have been a skateboard bum, who might have been someone who's so far off the beaten path, he doesn't even remember what a job was, let's say. But it gives that white male a sense of purpose, a sense of belonging, a sense of self-worth. And I have no problem with that. I think it's a good thing. Those extreme sports, if you will, they're a good thing. But you don't see black people in those sports. You don't see Latinos in those sports in any appreciable number. Why? Because the dominant culture does not think that their recreation is important, or the dominant culture doesn't think it needs to be seen, or maybe they're so ignorant they might not think it exists. These are the types of things. That's just a few examples. But these are the types of things that we're going to have to start looking at a little more closely. if we want to solve this racial problem in America. We have to solve the cultural difference problem. And we have to solve the xenophobia, the fear of difference that pervades across the land.